Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're listening around the world. A very warm welcome from London in the UK. Here is today's news about electric cars and the future of transport. My name is Martin Lee. This is your EV News Daily for Saturday, 24th of March, 2018. Coming up on the show today, we'll talk about reusing old EV batteries and a new all-electric Bentley. But first of all, according to Business Insider, Nissan announced on Friday yesterday it planned to sell 1 million electric vehicles every single year by the year 2022. Now, that does include all battery EVs and cars powered by its e-Power petrol hybrid technology. During that period, the Japanese automaker said it would develop 8 new all-battery EVs, including 4 models for China, where it's planning to expand. Its luxury Infiniti brand would begin carrying new electric models from 2021, it added. Nissan and its automaking partners, France's Renault and Mitsubishi Motors, together plan to launch 12 electric models as part of their strategy to achieve annual vehicle sales totaling 14 million by 2022 compared to 10.5 million last year. They have big plans and they have big EV plans as well. A note on their range extender, which they call their e-Power, doing really well, by the way, in some markets. Not so well in Europe and North America, but they haven't really been on sale. That's the thing. But lots of people are finding that they need that little nudge into buying an EV, which could be the reassurance of having a smaller battery, but a petrol engine that kicks in when they need to. Now, the difference between, say, the BMW i3, I think, is that's got quite a big battery and you can run it in EV mode most of the time, and the Rex is there as an emergency, whereas the Nissan e-Power range extenders have a smaller battery and they do end up using more fuel, but they are still technically an electric car. Watch out for those. I think they're going to be increasingly popular. Well, sticking with Nissan, they're still thinking about how to use the old Leaf batteries. You may remember many of the early cars were on battery leases, so if they are back with Nissan now, then they might be thinking, what do we do with all of those batteries that we've got? Because they're still good, just not quite good enough maybe to power an EV and to reuse in a brand new car. Well, there's always home storage. That's a really good option. But what about using them for light? Well, Slash Gear have pointed out that they'll be installing new street lighting in Nami, a Japanese town heavily affected by the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and also the Fukushima nuclear disaster. By using solar panels and LED lights, the custom lamps are going to be completely independent from the power grid. They're going to require no cables, no outlets, so they're very self-contained, and you can just put up all of these street lights using old Nissan batteries. Now, the design resembles a stylized shepherd's crook with the solar panel on the top of the upper section and a sheet of LED lights underneath. In the base, the battery packs are repurposed from old cars like the Nissan Leaf. They store the electricity from the sun during the day and release it to power the lights at night. Now, the lamps stand just over 9 feet high, an ingenious way to provide something essential, light at night for safety and security, off-grid, and another example of how batteries are being repurposed and reused in second and, in some cases, even third life applications. That's fascinating. Well, Bentley are moving on with their plan for an all-electric luxury four-door coupe, and they'll be using some of the investment already poured into Porsche by their owners, their parent group, VW Group, for their Mission E car that Porsche are making. Evo magazine and website say that Bentley's already confirmed it's going to offer an electrified version of its entire current model range by 2025. The move to develop an all-new all-electric flagship, in addition to this, comes as the company seeks to reposition itself as a luxury and technology brand. Now, it's not surprising that all of these big SUVs and luxury cars are turning electric because they need to get the emissions down. In Europe in September, there's the WLTP test, which is going to be mandatory by Q3 this year, and that means they're going to need all the help they can get from electric motors to bring those CO2 emissions down. But also, if you drive a really big, heavy SUV, luxury car like that, you know that a motor or two is going to give you that off-the-line performance. Getting 2.5-3 tons off the line can be done really well by an electric motor that has maximum torque from 0 RPM, and then a big old stinky diesel can take over. Well, coming via Fleet News, ZapMap here in the UK has launched a peer-to-peer EV charging network. It allows charge point owners to share electricity with other registered users. Almost half of EV drivers told ZapMap that they were willing to share their home charging with other users, resulting in around 60,000 chargers that could well be added to the ZapMap network. It's an app, by the way, if you don't know, that is utterly brilliant here in the UK. And if you own an EV, then you've definitely got ZapMap app on your phone or tablet. The initiative, called Zap Home, also provides owners with the opportunity to earn some money by sharing their charger. Registered users can set up a small cost per charge, payable via PayPal. ZapMap's CTO, Chief Technology Officer, Dr. Ben Lane, said, "Of our 60,000 monthly user base, we know that around half are willing to share their home charging point with other ZapMap users. Businesses are particularly proactive, with 5% of workplace charging points already shared." That is a brilliant use of resources. And say you're on a journey and there's no rapid chargers nearby and you're going to visit some relatives, but you don't want to charge on the granny cable because you're visiting some relatives, because that would be too slow. But 3 or 4 doors down, they've got a 7 kilowatt charger on the side of their wall. A brilliant use of resources and just using technology and the connected world in a really smart way. Well, finally, if you're watching YouTube this weekend, as well as some great new videos from Fully Charged, which we've finally seen their Tenerife video. We saw the reviews and the pictures ages ago when a lot of the big car shows and reviewers went over there and the magazines and what have you. But now Fully Charged have put theirs online, and I don't know how many hundreds of millions the Grand Tour spend on Amazon, or Top Gear are spending hundreds of millions of pounds on making their show for the telly. But the Fully Charged show, with a handful of people and around 10,000 Patreon supporters, are making the most incredible, beautiful cinematic videos. Please go watch that. CarWow also put their review of the new Nissan Leaf online, and that was always worth a good look. There's also a new Jaguar I-Pace video, which looks, and more importantly sounds, great. Motor One say that the video shows the I-Pace taking to the streets of Monaco and driving past nighttime revellers. Jaguar's Formula E mechanics hard at work in the garage, and even a few sleepy yacht crews on the way round the iconic corners of Monaco. The real danger around the track appears to be from street sweepers and things that happen in the middle of the night, allowing Jaguar to entirely coincidentally show off its collision avoidance systems and manoeuvrability. So they haven't thought, how do we do a traditional TV advert and then make it EV-ish? They've started again and go, what's the best thing about it? Well, it's quick and it's silent. And so they show a sleeping cat as the car speeds past. They show one of the sailors sleeping in a hammock as the car speeds past. They show the nighttime things happening in Monaco as Monaco sleeps. The I-Pace belting round the Formula E and the Formula One circuit. And that's an amazing concept because it's so striking. So well done, Jaguar. Well, thank you for listening today. I would love to spread the word about electric cars. And if you can, share this with somebody who might be interested. Listen to every previous episode of the podcast. I've put them on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube. Tune in now. Thank you, Tune In, for adding us. And on the blog, a little WordPress blog just to keep them all online, evnewsdaily.com. You can subscribe, so it's free to subscribe. You get them every single day at the same time, and you get them automatically in first if you're a subscriber. If you could take 2 minutes to rate and review, or maybe download the Amazon Echo skill, which we've designed for your morning flash briefing, that would be good. On Twitter, at EV News Daily. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you for Sunday's update tomorrow.